Hello beautiful people. Thank you for coming back and joining me at LJ Videos. So I know it's been a little bit of time since we have posted a video, but the schedule kind of changed. So instead of posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then like a random video on Saturday or Sunday, it's now Tuesday and Thursday. So you guys will be seeing this on Tuesday. And yeah, before I even start, I want to give like an update because so many things have happened since, like I said, I last posted anything. So first of all, Kronk, the carpet python, which you guys have not met yet, but you will meet, decided to bite me. And our snakes don't bite very often. There's very few snakes that we own that have ever bitten us, me or Jay. Our big boa aro bit Jay in the face. Chief bit me on the hand. And that's it. Like I said, none of our snakes bite us. Like I said before in a couple other videos, our snakes are really friendly, so it's very, very rare for them to bite us. But yeah, Kronk decided to bite me on the hand, on my finger. It's kind of peeled up now. I'm not flicking you off, I promise. You can't really see it anymore, but it was interesting. Very, very interesting. I'll explain how everything happened in like a snake bites video. I think that would be really cool. But we had a couple guys shed. We had Axel shed and we had Aro shed, two of our big boas. And then we had Adara shed, which is another one of our corn snakes. Barney, our other corn snake, is about to shed. He's actually in blue. I can show you him. He's got the blue eyes and the cloudy looking belly, so he's given all the signs that he's about to shed. But even though today's feeding day, we are not going to deprive him of food because he is one of the snakes that we own that will eat no matter what. He's always hungry. And Kobe, our ball python that you guys met, that has been like starving himself for the past like 3 weeks, finally is showing some reason as to why he could be not eating. So he is in shed right now. He's not like actually shedding, but he's in blue, I guess. And then we had Drax, another one of our ball pythons that you guys haven't met, shed. And then Gamora shed. So if you did see the title of today's video, it's going to be meeting two snakes in one video. And the reason I'm doing this is basically because they're practically the same snake. And I don't feel like 2 videos is really like necessary for the 2 of them. Not that they're not important, but obviously I'm just gonna be repeating myself, so I might as well show them both at the same time. So today you're gonna be meeting Rocket and Gamora. So these are 2 of our youngest ball pythons that we have right now, and they're actually the only pair we own to breed. But Rocket and Gamora are the pair that I bought probably about 6 to 7 months ago. I love, there's several genes that I love. The Pied is obviously one of them, which I'm pretty sure most people love, which is, we have one of them and you'll see them in Thursday's video. And he's probably everyone's favorite snake, so I would definitely check in on Thursday so you can see him. But I love clowns, I love Pieds, and she's really cool just because it brings a pop of color. I love anything albino. I've always loved albino. Like I said in Kobe's video, most people think the red eyes are weird, but I actually really like them. And then anything banana because of the chocolate chips they bring in, and just like the color. I love bananas. I saw a VPI Xanthic clown and I fell in love with how they look. And I honestly don't even think it was an Xanthic clown. I think it was just a VPI Xanthic. And somebody I met at my old job actually had VPI Xanthics, but they were het. They were het for VPI Xanthics and clown. And that's when I looked up what an Xanthic clown looked like and I fell in love and I was like, this is perfect. These will be my first little project of breeding. This is the first little boy. So this guy is Rocket. Rocket is, like I said, het for Axanthic and clown. So if you don't know what that means, that basically just means that something is there recessively. So it's in his genetics, you can't see it. So he looks like a normal ball python to most people, but in reality, his genes hold some stuff that will be really cool to pair with eventually. So he actually has a bit of an attitude. He usually hisses at me when I take him out. I'm surprised he hasn't bitten me before. He's really, really cool. Right now he's on adult mice. He'll be moving to jumbo mice pretty soon. But what's really cool about him that I kind of wanted to share a little bit about, because like I said, I always do like an introduction on the snakes and how I got them and everything like that. But this is actually the only snake I have ever ordered online. And it was really cool. If you guys know, if like you guys like are like me and like to go online and like fill up a whole cart worth of shit you want, but then not buy anything. I feel like everybody does that. But I basically went online and do that all the time, and I never actually bought anything because I'm kind of nervous with shipping snakes. You know, it doesn't always work the greatest. But I got Gamora from the gentleman that I knew through my job, and I went to his house, I picked her up, and I had a choice between a couple different babies based on just like their patterns and stuff. And the one I was gonna pick ended up striking at the gentleman. His name's Eric, at Eric. And it was really funny because I was like, you know, I don't have a problem. You know, I've dealt with a lot of nasty, not very nice snakes. I don't mind being bit, but obviously it's not something I want to have happen. I'd rather not have to break. So I just decided to pick a different one, and Gamora was the one I picked, and oh my goodness, I have never been more amazed at how small a ball python was. I will show you a picture right over here, but she was the tiniest little ball python I have ever seen in my life, and she was so, so, so dang cute. I couldn't get over it. And she was friendly as can be. She started out eating little hopper mice, and now she's on adult mice. She's quite a bit smaller than him, but she takes the adult mice down just fine. So we're also gonna be feeding them today, and both of them are very, very, very good eaters. So it'll be kind of cool to see them eat. And I just cleaned the rat cage, so I'm delightful that I'm touching the snakes. But they haven't decided to bite me yet, so that's always good. So that was Rocket. And a little bit more on ordering him. I think the biggest thing is making sure you order from someone that has a lot of reviews and that you know about as a reputable breeder. That way you're not getting something you like think is a het Axanthic clown and then it's not a het Axanthic clown, because unfortunately people will do that. So just making sure that you're buying from a reputable person. When I got them, they were in a box. They had heat and heat pads and everything, like the little hand warmer packs where you crack them and then they get warm. And then there were two, and they were in a bag. They were in separate bags. And they were great. They were great, like, and well taken care of. And one of them had actually shed in the bag on the way over. And then I picked which one I thought was cool. And I picked Rocket. I honestly don't think that it's a terrible thing to be ordering. Like I said, you just have to make sure that it's at the right time and it's the right people, because obviously if it's the wrong people, you can lose your money, or you can get a different snake than what you wanted, or an unhealthy snake, and that's never good. Make sure it's the right time of the year. It's not too cold depending where you live. I live in Florida, so it's pretty much always warm enough, but especially other people shipping to me could live in Michigan or Louisiana or, you know, New York, somewhere crazy. So it gets really cold in those places. So you just want to make sure that it's the right time of the year, which most of the time the breeders will do that for you if they're good. But yeah, so I honestly would suggest Morph Market, but just like I said, make sure that it's the right people. And what's really cool about Morph Market is there's anything you can imagine. It's not just ball pythons. They have carpet pythons, reticulated python, Bernese pythons. They have any snake really you can imagine, rainbow boas, anything. And a lot of people will do different prices for you. That way, if you're in a place that's not very reptile friendly or doesn't have a lot of stores, you can still have access to getting cool animals without having to travel, you know, to another state. And then they have lizards and geckos and all sorts of things. So if you guys really want to look for a reptile, but you don't have any stores near you and you don't want to shop at Petco, which I totally recommend you not doing, go on Morph Market. Morph Market is really, really cool. So I'm gonna introduce you to Gamora. Gamora is the cutest freaking thing on the entire planet. So Gamora, like I said, just shed, but she is a little itty baby. I love her. Look at how cute she is. She's just so small and so innocent to the world, and oh my god, just look at her colors. She's been doing really good. She's definitely big enough, like I said, for adult mice. Plenty big enough. She's outgrown Hoppers by far now. So like I said, I'm not forcing her to eat anything that's way too big. She takes them down gladly, and honestly, if I gave her a second, she would not complain. I also was just trying to get her, like I said, a little beefier. That way she wasn't like 2 years behind Rocket, which she seems to be growing really, really well. Not too fast. Like I said, I'm not power feeding her, but still feeding her once a week, but just a little bit bigger of meals, just to help her grow in time and in sync with Rocket, because Rocket's gonna be ready to breed before we know it. I also left out another couple things, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about that, and then we will get on to feeding. You know, as always with the snake videos, they're not very long. So to explain actually what happened to Kronk, I know earlier in the video I said that I wouldn't explain it, but why not? So Kronk actually bit me because he has always been a very cage defensive snake. At my old job, that's where I bought him from, and I worked with him a lot before I bought him. So cleaning his cage, feeding him, just handling him in general, if anybody wanted to see him to maybe buy him. And he was just always ready to go. Him, his brother, and his sister were all three there. And I settled on Kronk just because I really liked his patterning. I really liked him. I don't really know about what it is, but Kronk has become one of my favorite snakes. And I know it's frustrating because you can't see him, and I'm looking at him because his cage is right there. But Kronk is just one of my favorite snakes because he's the only arboreal snake I have. And what happened was he was on his perch. I have a PVC pipe hanging in there because he is a carpet python. And he was hanging on his perch, and he had his head hanging down looking the opposite way. Usually when I go in his enclosure, I just reach in there and grab him very fast because there's a little time for him to get that defensive posture up and things like that. Well, in this case it was problematic because the way his head was, he was very quick to be able to, he was looking this way, reach his head under and look at me. And I didn't think about that. So I went in to grab him, just like this, with this exact hand, and he could see my finger. So he bit right here on my finger, and me not expecting it at all because he's never bitten me. He's never even struck at me while he's out. I pulled. So I do think I did accidentally rip a tooth out of him. I have been keeping a very close eye on his mouth to make sure he's not getting an infection or anything like that from the tooth. I'm hoping he's going to do great because, you know, it doesn't always lead to mouth rot or anything crazy, but sometimes it does, and I just want to make sure he is my baby. I love that snake with my whole heart. I just want to make sure that he's okay and that he doesn't get an infection or anything, but I'm fine. I know it was my fault. It wasn't his fault at all. I scared the shit out of him probably. So I think from now on I just need to be a little bit slower, or if I am gonna grab him like that, just to expect a bite and be more prepared for it. Because when Chief, our other snake, bit me on the hand, I did not move. I wasn't expecting it at all, but I also kind of had a little bit more on edge of an attitude because he was a brand new snake. Kronk, like I said, I just wasn't expecting it. So he's doing great though, so that's perfect. Chip is doing fantastic. He has no prolapsing whatsoever, and he did actually pee, so we're doing good. It seems like he's gonna get fed again today, and we can show you that as well, of course, as always. And then other than that, I think that's pretty much it for everybody. Nobody molted, none of the tarantulas molted. Like I said, I know you haven't met them, but I feel like it's still interesting to hear how everyone's doing. And then the most exciting thing of all that I'm so excited to share. So 2 of the eggs, so we have, surprise is really what I'm gonna say, because we found 2 more gecko eggs. So we have 6 total now. 2 of them did not seem like they were doing very good from the start. I don't really know what's going on with them, but I'm still gonna keep them because they're still eggs, and they still seem like they're doing somewhat okay. So I'm keeping them regardless, just to make sure that if there is a baby, it'll hatch and I don't throw it away because I think it's infertile and then the baby's still alive and it dies, you know? So I just want to make sure. Then we have the other 2 eggs that we found at the same time in the last video, and those eggs are doing fantastic. No problems with them whatsoever. And then I found another 2 eggs. I found them actually today. So what had happened was I was going in their enclosure to give them some fresh Pangea, and I noticed there was like a tunnel, and that's key sign that she had probably dug in and laid her eggs in there. So I dug right where that tunnel was, and there were 2 eggs. And those guys look extremely fresh. I have never seen more healthy eggs from the 2 of them. And then I had later come in and seen Chili cleaning his private area, so I'm thinking they did the nasty once again. And had potentially, they're gonna have more babies. Jay was ecstatic that when I told him, he's like, I'm glad our Cresties like each other so much. So now we have 6 eggs. 4 of them are definitely going to make it. I'm very excited for those 4. The other 2 I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm just so excited. If there are hopefully at least 1 female, we will keep another female. And then if there is any others, Hawk and Bella, which are the couple, Bella was in the gecko video with me finding the eggs. She's going to take one of the babies or more if they're obviously same gender, depending on the whole situation. These are my first clutch of anything. I've never had, I've dealt with them a lot at work. I've dealt with ball python babies and, you know, gecko eggs and all sorts of eggs at work, but here I've never had any, just because I was building up to getting to breed. But the geckos obviously do it on their own. They do it whenever they want, all the time. So they're excited little guys. But everyone's doing really good. We're just letting everyone do their thing, grow, prosper, you know, all that fun stuff. Rango's doing fantastic. He's shedding again, as always. And I'm just gonna take the camera around to show you guys a couple of them, just so you can see everything. So here are the gecko eggs. So these 2 over here are the ones that aren't doing so hot. These 2 are the older ones that were in the gecko video, and these 2 are the ones I found today. So we have 6 now. They're sitting in some vermiculite, keeping humid, and I do have the date. The first date was on March 28th. Now that I see that, I have to add the second date, so I'll know. So now we mark the eggs. I just want to show you a couple of the animals that are doing good that you guys have met already. There's Kronk's enclosure. He's not out, so you can't see him, but that's the little PVC pipe bar I was talking about that he was hanging on before he bit me. And then here is Rango. He's doing great, like I said. He is shedding. I don't know if you can even tell. Yeah, you can definitely tell. We took him out today, gave him some fresh water. He enjoyed that, gave him some worms. Barney, as always, is doing great. Like I said, he's getting ready to shed, and we did clean his cage this morning, so he's got a fresh cage clean, and everyone got misted down. And then we have Kobe, who, as you can see, is extremely dusty looking compared to normal. You can see how different and cloudy, I guess is the word, compared to normal. You can see his eyes, how glazed they look. But he's doing great, as always. I'm just glad that he's shedding, and there's a reason as to why he wasn't eating. He is one of those snakes that doesn't like to eat when he's shedding. And then this is where Rocket and Gamora live. Star-Lord is the piebald, and then we have Drax, and these 2 are going to be in the next video because Star-Lord hasn't been eating. So these guys you'll meet on Thursday. Chip, as always, is doing great. He got some fresh paper towels today and a good mist down, so he's chilling in his little hide. And then Gamora is probably in her hide as well. Yep. And then Rocket, who knows where Rocket's at? Rocket's out. He is expecting food though. And then we do have, like I said, 2 more snakes down there. So goodness gracious, everything's going crazy when you have this many animals. Like, they grow so fast, and someone's shedding every week. So as we do these videos, I'll keep you guys up to date with every new week that comes on how everyone's doing, whether they're shedding or not eating or whatever the case may be. Hopefully it's all good things. But I'm gonna go get the mice from downstairs so we can feed the rack system, and you guys will get to watch not only Barney, Kobe won't eat, so you'll get to watch Barney eat, Chip, Rocket, and Gamora. So you'll get to see 4 snakes eat in this video. So I'm gonna go get that and then I'll be right back so we can go ahead and feed these guys. Okay guys, so I just went downstairs. I'm out of breath as always because walking downstairs is quite the journey. So we have our bowl of rats and now we're gonna feed everybody. And like I said, Barney is one of those snakes that will always eat no matter the time, the place. That made me jump. Woo! He was not playing around. Kobe won't eat. We can't beat Star-Lord. Alright, let's see about Chip. Good boy, Chip. Alright, so we're gonna let him eat that. And now we have Rocket and Gamora. So Rocket is gonna get this delightful adult mouse as well. And they only each get 1. Oh, he's going to the bathroom right now. Alright, so that's yummy. Little Gamora. Alrighty, so she's gonna go ahead and eat an adult mouse. Good job, good girl. And he seems to be all done with his poop. Yep, he missed. Alrighty. Good job, little dude. So we're gonna let you guys watch Gamora because I think she'll be a lot more interesting to watch than per se the one who just shit all over his enclosure.
Yeah. Unknown Brain. Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating things so hard.
Alrighty guys, so I know once again I say it in every single video, but it's, you know, a short video every time when we introduce the snakes, but it's almost over. I know it's exciting, but it's also, you know, like I said, super short content and not extremely long. If you guys enjoyed this video today, like I said, I know it was short and I do apologize, but once we get done with the snake videos, it'll be a lot cooler and they'll be a lot longer and different videos. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button down below, drop a comment if you have any comments, questions, concern, whatever in the world it could possibly be. And yeah, hit that bell if you want to see when I post next. And hit that subscribe button if you really want to be a part of the reptile family, be a part of the Green Gang family, because the Green Gang don't just stand for Jay's side. The green is with the snakes, with the lizards. We are Green Gang. And I will have you guys with me again on Thursday, which is super exciting. So I will see you then. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys stay safe, most importantly, and healthy. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Bye!